For episode 7 of Unreal Adventure 2024 presented by Skyjacker Suspensions, it's the final day, and that means there's no holding back. Historically, UA doesn't cover the same trails twice, but for this 25th first annual event, we're going back to Die Trying in Montrose, Colorado, the trail we ended the first UA on a full 25 years ago. Die Trying is a fully legit, hardcore rock crawl trail that starts gnarly and doesn't let up one bit until the final make-or-break exit climb. After 1,000 hard on and off road miles, the machines may be feeling the strain, but it's time to let it all hang out on day 7 of UA 2024. And it starts now.
There he is.
Vern's right over
right there.
Hit it, Vern.
Come on, man.
Driver's meeting! Over there.
All right, everybody, welcome to UA Day 7. Day 7, I always say every year this is the bittersweet day. Bitter because it's the last day of UA, but sweet because we still have one more trail to run. And this one's kind of special. Trent will tell you about it. Show of hands, who here has never gone over a Rocky Mountain pass before?
Oh, wow.
That drive was anything but ugly, wasn't it? We had the fall colors, everything came to plan. Nice route, Trent. Thank you very much.
Yeah, including the steam locomotive going by.
Yes, yeah. All those elements we prearranged intentionally totally came together. Well, we're going to hit the trail today. Trent's going to tell you all about it. So Trent, take it away.
There you go. All right, guys. Well, as you guys know, we are in Montrose, Colorado. I'm happy to say that today we are going to be doing the exact same trail that we did 25 years ago. It's a trail called Die Trying. I believe it is a little over a mile long, and it is just constant obstacles. 25 years ago, the majority of us were on 35s. Probably about half the group was carbureted, and we struggled. I mean, I think we got off the trail very, 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 very late that night. And so I'm curious to see if we're gonna just like blarp, through this thing, or whether we're gonna have a full day deal too. We're gonna get to the trailhead, we'll air down there. So be loaded up and ready to go, 8 o'clock.
No, we haven't fueled up since yesterday.
Okay, well, where did
I don't think anybody had.
Crank it!
I think you need a TFI module. Is there any other Fords parked around here from the 90s, 80s?
I'm sure there is. Probably not at the hotel.
It looks like he doesn't have a fuel pump. We're gonna try to hit it hard with the power probe.
NASCAR over here. Looks like you're rushing. We're trying to get out of here, huh?
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got 10 minutes. We gotta find this power probe. Corey doesn't know where he put it.
I just cleaned the car.
Transient has been found.
Probe device has been added.
All right, go fire it now.
Go fire.
Yeah, good. We're feeding it fuel. It's got fuel. It's got spark. Maybe not the right time, but the TFI module controls injector firing and spark.
Yeah. Okay.
No, wait, now just turn the key on and crank it. Stop. No fuel pump while you're cranking though. The injector's pulsing, TFI's okay. Right? If it's not, then we'd be looking for main relay. But this thing's got, the fuel pump works.
Yeah.
Let's,
This isn't a good start, is it?
No. Oh, we just had some air in there. Pour some of this ATF in there.
Get there. Other than everything breaking, do you feel ready?
Yeah, if it wasn't for my truck falling apart, I would be totally prepared for the day. Get in.
Alright guys, we are pulling out.
It's only about a 20-minute drive from the center of Montrose to the the Trailhead that provides access to virtually all the trails in the area. Situated on the western slope of the Rockies, Montrose, or Montrose as many of the locals call it, is a neat little town with a population of about 21,000 people that is surrounded by farmland to the west and north, the Rockies to the east, and popular tourist destinations like Ouray to the south. In fact, Montrose is a much cheaper alternative to staying in Ouray while still being close enough to enjoy the popular town and its surrounding area.
Day 11 of Unreal Adventure 2024.
Zip tying the bottom right here, keep jumping out with some support. When I twist hard, it pops forward, then the fan hits the shroud. I zip tied that side pretty good. Now I'm trying to zip tie this side. I don't have through holes on this side. You know, this van does things it wasn't meant to do.
We are at the entrance to Die Trying. It's kind of cathartic.
We're where we started and we're starting again.
Well, we got a big mound in the middle of this thing that's going to eat everybody's diff because that's where diffs are. So we're going to put a tire up here instead of down in the hole and see if you can kind of side hill this thing and get a tire on it instead of hanging up the diff. We'll see if it works.
A lot of people know me as the van guy, I guess. I don't know, we bring the Quigley vans. My first van I put together when I was 18, believe it or not. I liked the four-wheel drive van. I saw one jacked up with big tires. I had to have one. I couldn't afford it, so I built my own. My first trip with it was to California from Pennsylvania. So I've been doing this, camping in vans and traveling all my life. It's actually been about 47 years. So I've been at Quigley's 32 years. I like wheeling full-size rigs. I like the capacity. I like you can stay out of the rain. A lot of people, you know, don't understand that. I have wheeled Jeeps and whatnot, but the van to me is the ultimate rig. I can get everything inside, out of the weather, and it pretty much goes wherever you want, you know. People say, yeah, a van can't go here or there, but it's not a lot different than a truck. It's a frame and a body on top, and it's got a big axle and it's strong, and I'm out here to prove that the van can go to the same places.
I get to just tell them what to do. It's like a little RC car thing, except it's way bigger, more fun.
I love rock crawling, but it's kind of hard when you're sentimentally attached to the sheet metal.
What do you think of this trail so far?
Oh, it's just like I remember. I mean, I was a fresh-faced feature editor when we did this trail, and I'd never seen any vehicle go down a trail this tough before. And so I remember then thinking, oh man, we're not really going up there, are we? And not quite having that same feeling now, but it's every bit as tough as I remember.
We only had at that time probably 10 rigs. A couple people peeled out. When we got to the rock garden part that we just passed through, and all the Toyotas turned around and went to the top and waited until midnight when we got out. So this is a good gatekeeper, because if you're not comfortable here, you don't want to go on the rest of the trail.
No, that's not a rock, that's
So,
a tire, dude.
The backstory on this new fender crease is that he thought that he cut the fender up high enough to clear the tire until we went over that last rock and flexed it out completely. So that didn't come from rocks or trail damage or anything else. That came from the tire and was kind of built in the shop.
Yeah, it's about right above the body line.
That's quarter inch above.
Yeah.
You guys know our cameraman Bing Bong? Props. He's hungry, so we're gonna make him a trail sandwich. We have 1.5 tortillas and some peanut butter squeezy butter. Make sure to draw it in a heart so that the camera guys know that you love them. Some jam, and then you cover it up. You want some pulled pork on it? No. Oh, it'll make it so good. This pulled pork that Sam brought was delicious. Let's put a little bit up there. Proper tortilla rolling technique.
Can I get one more view of that before you close her up? All right.
Just to go like this. Hot pocket. All right, Bing Bong, put this in your pocket so later on when you're hungry, you have nutrients.
Let me tell you about how I got diabetes.
Diarrheas? No, I want one.
Thank you, Fred.
You're welcome.
Great.
Thanks. Thanks for helping me finish the pulled pork that has been in here for 2.5 weeks. Sure.
Yeah, not worried about that.
And break.
So is power steering line, the pressure line from the pump to the steering box, well, they're crimped hydraulic lines, high pressure, but somehow it's leaking from the crimp. So we were going through earlier, tightening all his fittings and stuff, thinking it was that, but it was actually just above that, making a mess. So
I have a
it's
piece
okay.
of hose and
I
fitting.
carry extra line. We'll be fine.
I have.
It looks like Tiger bent his ram. It's right over my shoulder, so they're swapping it out with a new one, and Tiger's just about buttoning it up, putting in the last bolt, tighten up a couple the hind joints on the end. We'll be back to wheeling and grinding around in these rocks.
I think it'll buff out. I'm pretty sure. We got a real good guy, body guy who'll buff that. So it's a great day. We're in a canyon. I was worried this morning being Colorado and yesterday's drive over the mountain. I thought we might be up on ledges and stuff, but when you're in a canyon, you're a little bit at ease because you can't fall up. You might lean on your side, but you won't roll down the mountain because we're at the lowest point. But it's tight, it's fun. These guys are the best there are.
So we were sitting down over here chit-chatting while everyone's catching up on the trail, and I was like, Vern, your truck is leaking. He was like, oh, that's residual. I'm like, Vern, there's no way that's residual. I mean, you're talking, this whole thing is wet. So we popped the hood on this thing, and quick diagnosis brought us to see this return hose, and they were reworking it down the hill. He blew a high pressure side hose, so it probably just got routed wrong, and the hose was hidden on the fitting and the pulley on the pump, and it severed a hole in it. Luckily it's low pressure, so it's not too crucial, but you know, trail etiquette, we gotta get this thing repaired and put a union in there and it'll stop leaking.
You know it's day 14 when you're eating cheese as a snack.
It's so good though.
It's like a snake. What kind is it? Mexican blend. This is leftovers from the Crony burritos. Apparently we bought like 5 pounds too much.
Well, the other side of the bed is under a rock right now. So we're trying to avoid any more damage and pulling the back end over to the left. Hopefully that'll work and I can drive right on out.
The local trail system rates this a 9 out of 10 on difficulty. And so far it's been really tough, and the toughest part is right around this corner here. That's the out.
Witness Zay driving my Scout, Jeff telling them what to do. Maybe I get to invoice them this time. Then we got Roscoe. He just went through a fan relay y'all missed. That's the second one of the week.
It's been doing okay. The morning was less than desirable. We had a fuel relay go out, and so we chased that, but we got fixed and we caught the tail end of the trail. It's been going okay. It's a lot of truck to squeeze through here.
A rock that has a hole in it probably makes a whistle noise if you blow it just right.
Works great.
It's probably calling in the wildlife.
Totally.
How many elk and buffalo coming our way now?
Look what I'll do.
Sent it on the last obstacle.
I did.
Yeah? How you feel? You went for it.
Well, I wish I felt like I went for it more than I did, but luckily it's just a drive shaft, so it could be way worse, for sure.
That's great. Surprises happen.
So we're at the very last hard spot, or actually the very end of Die Trying, and basically you've got two different lines. You have a great big waterfall off to the left, or a bypass, but the bypass by itself is really no joke. We've had guys try on the hard line. We haven't had any successful ones yet. Most people end up taking the bypass, but kind of starting to shorten up their tries because we've got a dinner to get to.
We've admitted to hanging with Stephen Baynes on the trails before he entered to come on UA, so we knew he was a solid driver as well as a really fun guy to hang around. His Jeep has been performing exceptionally well all week, and we got a chance to check in with Stephen about what makes this Jeep special.
And my Jeep, AKA the D9, is a 91 Jeep Wrangler. Some people think it's CJ, but it's just got a CJ front clip. It's running 1-ton axles, small block Ford with a C6 and an Atlas, and 2.5-inch King shocks. We had to put a tire carrier on there, so we put a tire carrier because that's one of the specs. Then, of course, we're very patriotic from Tennessee, the volunteer state, so we had to have an American flag. We switched out the fuel tank to a 20-gallon fuel cell from a 12. And we're also carrying 6 gallons in roto packs. We switched out the fuel injection from the factory 91 Mustang fuel injection that's been on there since I bought the Jeep. And now we put Holley Sniper 2 fuel injection, which is absolutely worked flawlessly. I really enjoyed that. Put new drivetrain in there, a new radiator. Did a bunch of like creature comforts, like the thing's never had mirrors or rear view mirror or headsets or any of this stuff. So it had all that, and like packing this thing is really interesting. So it looks redneck, but we got 2x4s underneath here, so we can put all our like tool bag, recovery stuff. Then up top, we have our cooler, then our sleeping bags, our tent. So it's really piled up high. Then we don't like to run doors or a windshield when we're wheeling, so we take the doors and shove them in here, which is really convenient so you can see better. And my floorboards get a little hot, so we always drop the windshield so you get some fresh air on you. So it's a very, probably simplistic build, to say the least, but it works really effective. And I don't know, I think it's just time in the seat of wheeling it all the time. So I've been super pleased with it. So.
That was sketch. That was one of those like make it or break it kind of climbs, and I think I did pretty good, but I ended up pulling rope at the last minute because I got to drive this thing home 1,500 miles. What an epic adventure that we did this year. It was so fun. Can't thank the sponsors enough, like IH and Skyjacker and the ORD boys, Milestar. It's like the fact that we came out here sort of rogue four-wheel, like trying to create this trip and pulled it off. Got to the top of the hill, didn't die. I think that was awesome. Can't wait for next year.
It's been an awesome week. And to end it here in Montrose on Die Trying, that's a big bucket list.
Been a great experience. It's it's like I've heard it before, and it's true. It's like after a week, everybody feels like family.
Really happy we got to come out. Very grateful I got invited back as a returning reader. So awesome year.
And look, I let him drive because he kept me alive all week, especially when I was sketched out over there in New Mexico with Colt a couple days ago. Thank you.
So a lot of people may look at this thing and they're like, how's that piece of junk even wheel? But hey, it made it the whole trip. Overheated a million times. This thing is so strong.
We ran this thing at 270. That oil looks like diesel oil
The
right
oil,
now.
this morning, the engine oil was below the stick. And I kept adding it and adding it and adding it and adding it. I think it took, 2.5 to 3 quarts of oil on this thing. It finally got on the stick. So it was so low and the transmission fluid's burnt. U-joint caps are spinning. But this thing, basic rock crawler, but built pretty much, pretty right.
We gotta do the cooling system.
Well, I was thinking about having this half a week driving Sam's Jeep, and I realized that we did not break anything on that Jeep that Sam can't fix with his wallet. So I feel good giving it back to him. Thanks for your Jeep, Sam.
All right, that is the last vehicle on the last obstacle on the last trail of Unreal Adventure.
All that's left is to go have our victory dinner and the Crony Awards.
Yep, but thanks for watching, guys, and don't think that's the end. We plan on doing this for years to come.
Yeah, so if you want to be a part of this, go to unreal-adventure.com and you can fly online. Visit us on Unreal Adventure Official on Instagram and check out our YouTube channel at Unreal Adventure 4x4.
With everyone having cleared Die Trying, which is the last trail of this trip, this is normally where we just wrap things up with some cinematic drone shots and then roll credits. But this time we're going to do something a little bit different. Throughout this journey, we've been promising and hopefully delivering more than you've ever had a chance to see before on Unreal Adventure. Now, in keeping with this new tradition, we're going to give all you hardcore fans a glimpse at the never-before-filmed Victory Dinner. Now, this is complete with post-event interviews, a surprise visit from Papa Watson, and clever awards bestowed on each person on the trip. You aren't going to want to miss this special bonus episode.